brother? How are you, man?
How you doing?
We made it. We were like, yo,
How
are you? Nice to meet you. What's going on? How are you? Pleasure.
She actually inspired me to go all the way and just do that.
Oh, good.
Oh, I like you. All right, cool, cool, cool.
So you can enjoy it, you know? Yeah, do it once and do it right. So yeah, you're all set. Do you guys mind if we film a little bit when we do this? Is that cool? Okay, we don't want to put you on camera if you don't want to, you know?
That's all right.
But yeah, so we shouted you out.
All right.
But yeah, so we're here with Ed, just picking up his GX460. This was the gentleman we were shouting out before earlier in the day. And yeah, let's go over some of these mods. So Victory 4x4 front bumper, which you had on here. Put the light bar on the front, 20-inch. Down here is the flip for the plate. So super simple.
Perfect.
You get to this. I'll show you how to work everything.
Okay.
So this is your worn winch. Your access point is going to be right here. All right, and there's going to be a clutch here. So you're going to do free spool or lock. I'll go over that with you in a second. We'll start the truck up in a minute, and I'll show you how to bring it out and in and all that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're looking good.
Okay.
Under the hood, you got the dual batteries. Odyssey 3400s. This was the red arc.
Okay.
So this is your isolator that splits the two batteries, right? So when you shut your ignition off, anything that needs to pull from the second battery is going to pull from the second battery, and it'll never spill over into the first. So your first will always be there to start your car. It's your primary battery, so you're good to go. So you can be out in the woods, and you can be juicing this car down for days and absolutely kill the second battery, and the first battery will always have juice.
So even if the engine's off and I'm running the lights or I've got something going on.
Now, if you're running things that would be originally hooked up to the stock battery, like let's say your radio or your dome lights, that stuff still pulls the primary battery.
Okay.
But of course, I don't think you'd sit there for 3 days blasting music, right? It just wouldn't. Okay. So you're okay. But yeah, anything that we would hook up to the second battery, you can absolutely run it as long as you want, and it'll never spill to the first. Once you start the truck, the alternator will then power both batteries. That's where this reopens the circuit, kind of loops them, and allows that alternator to recharge.
Got it.
So that's pretty solid. So here's your ARB setup also. This is the nozzle where you're going to plug in your stuff. We have the Morphlate for you, and we have just a normal hose with like the air chuck.
Okay.
This way, if you just want to do something quick without having to set everything up, you can.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. The Morphlate is nice though. That's going to be able to fill up all 4 tires. Because I know you had said to me you want like whatever.
So with Frank.
The Polanco guy, yeah, just whatever. They can't have them, you know, more than you. So you know, I got you, man. So you're good. And this is also hooked up to the second battery, right? So this will have juice.
Okay.
You don't really want to be using this though when the car's off. There's no sense, right? You want to have the car running. This way, you know, you're not juicing and pulling from that battery so much. So there's really 2 things that do pull a lot of juice. It's that winch and it's the compressor.
Okay.
So you always want to have the car running for that.
Okay.
All right, dude. The other stuff, you could let it rock when the car's off. All right. Ironman 2.5-inch lift. Upper control arms, shocks and springs. Comes with new top hats, right? So these are rubber top hats that you would normally have to switch over from your stock suspension, but it's great because they come with fresh ones.
Okay.
We did the lower control arms as well. A little difficult to see, but you can kind of see them this way. So you got brand new lower control arms on it. Right down here. See them?
Okay, yeah.
Pretty dope.
Sure.
And then the cam bolts, which are kind of blocked by the skid plate, but these are brand new cam bolts as well.
Okay.
And these are the Super Pro lower control arms. So these bushings are polyurethane, so they're a lot stronger and they're going to last a lot longer. Okay. Which is pretty cool. Got your nitro shocks.
Yeah,
and all set up. All our bolts are marked too. So whenever we tighten something and torque it, we mark it.
Okay.
So if anything ever gets loose, you can kind of see the mark move, but we shouldn't have that problem at all. At 500 miles, you want to come back to me and just go over all the stuff, make sure everything's tight, everything stayed good. You should be okay. But yeah, so that's pretty much as far as suspension. In the back, you have the same setup. The spring and shock are divorced in the back, so they're separate. So you'll see the shock here, but then the spring will actually be separate on the differential. So yeah, you'll see the spring here. Right?
Got it.
Then you'll see lower control arms as well.
Uh-huh.
So these are adjustable lower control arms, and those lower arms, those links right there, depending on how you...
Different.
Yeah, it's sick. Depending on how you adjust those, you can actually kind of pitch the differential, and that's important because you want to make sure your drive shaft has the correct angle. So everything's aligned correctly. You have the panhard bar as well, that black bar that goes straight across, that's adjustable. Okay. So that adjusts the track left and right. Uh-huh. So if you were to leave the factory one and lift the truck, what ends up happening is like the diff and everything kind of slides over to one side.
Right.
So this allows you to center it like this.
Okay.
So you're rocking, dude. Wheel and tire, looking super sick. 33s, Method 17s.
Yeah, the wheel color works.
Yeah.
I was worried about that first.
Nah, you're cool, dude.
Nah,
and remember, like, if you ever do want to change it, you can powder coat them black or silver or something like that. Something crazy, so, you know. But yeah, they look
Camera setup.
Camera setup. So we had to make a harness because they don't give you an extension. So we made the harness from the door all the way through and then extended your camera for you. license plate gets moved over here.
Right.
So it's pretty nice. I mean, this opens just the same way. A little more weight on it, but totally doable.
Okay.
You know, nice and clean.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. Pretty good look. The wheels, I would just say soap and water. I wouldn't do any like any
Like if I go
acidic
to a car
wheel
wash,
cleaner.
then
Yeah, that's cool. Car wash is cool, but I wouldn't use any like acid wheel
tell
cleaners.
them not
or-
to put any of that shit on the wheels.
Yeah,
Not
just
like
soap and
sport
water, dude.
Okay.
Soap and water is the best. You know, that's all. And they'll last you a while.
And what about the lights?
Yeah, we're gonna go through that right here.
All right.
So, your victory rack, I got the fairing for you here,
Okay.
right? Because you need it. The other one was straight, so you got the Iron Man one up there. So it's a matching set for the one in the bumper.
Yeah.
That was a 20-inch Iron Man, that's the 40-inch one. We hid all the wiring inside, so you don't really see much, right? It's nice and clean. And these are the rigids, the ones that have the 65 degrees, so they'll actually shoot down like this.
Okay.
So if you're hanging out under your awning or chilling out by the beach, got some light, pretty good. These are chase lights, same thing. I'll show you where the controller is inside.
Okay.
And you know, if you're driving through, let's say, like we were in New Hampshire this year, and we were just hauling like down gravel roads, and you can't see somebody like 10 feet ahead of you, and that's kind of scary, right? If they hit their brakes or anything. So having the chase light is cool. That actually kind of cuts through, and you can, you know, kind of make out where someone is and judge your distance on the trail. So that's pretty sick. But I'll show you how all that works too.
All right.
They did a really dope like stealth mount. So a lot of times, like we'll take that switch controller and mount it maybe somewhere here. It wasn't such a great spot because you have so much going on.
Yeah.
Sometimes people put them up here. I know you really weren't into that, so we put it here, right there for you.
Yeah.
So this way you could just hide it. If you're parking the street too, it's not like a theft thing. You know, right?
Yeah, they're fine.
If you're on the trail and you want to have these on and all these side lights, and yeah, you're totally fine. Yeah, with the car running, you're fine.
Okay.
But also, when the motor's off, like having the side lights on in the rear is totally fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, like I would, you know, in my truck, we'll spend. Exactly, that's the whole idea. Yeah. But I'll show you something in the trunk we put for you too. Like when we're camping, you know, we pull up and we throw those lights on, and we're there for I don't know,
Hours just sitting there
to the next
cooking,
day,
chilling.
and we're all night, enjoying chill. Yes, we did. But I'll show you back in. I'm trying to give a presentation.
Perfect.
But okay, so check it out. So right here you have a Blue Sea panel. So this panel, this is gonna power up this panel, all right? So this is your voltage. Whenever your car is running, right? Whenever the car is running, the motor's running, the alternator's charging, the batteries, you'll always see for a healthy reading should be in the 14 range, right? 13.9, 14.5, 14.2, that's cool. When you shut the motor off, you should be in maybe 12 volt range, right? So anything less than 12 volt, you're losing a little battery. But what this is reading your second battery, right? So let me show you off. So basically, you're gonna have a cigarette lighter input,
Okay.
and you're gonna have USB. All right, and this panel was here factory. This held like, I don't know, like a little jack kit or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
now you can actually use it to like service this,
Okay.
you know, which is cool. And then if you do a fridge back here, you could just plug it into this, and then you just let the fridge chill, and that'll pull off the second battery.
Okay.
You see how like the motor's off when you're dropping?
Yeah.
So like 12,
So-
13, like that's super healthy.
Okay.
And remember, when you're running an appliance back here or something, it might drop, you know, 11, 10, but you know, it just is what it is. You just crank up the car again and recharge it and you're good to go.
Okay.
But, you know.
Is there like is there a number I don't want to go below?
So depending on what you have plugged in, there might be like a low voltage cutoff. Like if you have a refrigerator plugged in, some of these brands will see like, okay, if it sees 10.8, it'll just stop working,
Okay.
you know, but you have a lot of time.
Okay.
Like you got to figure this battery probably has maybe 40 amp hours at your disposal, right? And a refrigerator would pull, you know, when it's stabilized and it's just maintaining climate, right? It's not like starting up and pulling. Maybe 0.5, like half an amp hour. So you'll have it on for like a while.
Okay.
Like I have basically the same setup in my truck, and I can have a fridge in my truck for like 2-3 days just running without starting it.
Nice.
And then you start it and you just rock for like 20 minutes, half hour, and it charges up again. So
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty sick. So it's a great setup. So definitely, you know, I don't think you have much under here. So it's not like you have to access like a lower panel. So if you did like maybe like a drawer, at least a single drawer, and then you had the fridge on top of that, that'd be really solid. You just plug it into there and you just let it rest. That's cool. It's sick too. I go to like the supermarket and then I can throw like eggs and milk and shit in there and I don't have to go home like
Can
immediately.
you send a link to the fridge that you would recommend?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, no problem.
And the tray or the drawer?
Yeah, you got it. No problem.
Thanks.
Yeah, my truck, I'll show you mine. Mine's a little,
Yeah, let's see.
mine's a little, you know, mine's a little well-traveled, but I'll show you like the tray setup. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Oh, me and Clyde, we fucking travel.
Yeah, no, what I said the last time, me, you, and Banu were all in this.
When you're out there in nature, you know, you gotta connect. But yeah, so draw setup. So we made this platform, right? So it's not like you're going right into the car, right?
Okay.
So you can make a flat platform like this, and then it's a good spot to put the drawer onto the platform, and then your slider with your fridge. So check it
Can you
out.
open it? Oh, nice.
Again, pretty messy. We were raging in this car, you know, all organized.
Great.
Yeah, but it's cool, and everything's lined, so you're not like hearing rattles as you drive.
Okay.
You know, you can lock this stuff up if you have anything that you want to lock up, you know, jewelry, money or something, you could lock it up in here. It has a key, which is cool. And then you have your fridge. And then your fridge will pull out as well.
Can you do the fridge without the drawer, or is the drawer a part of it?
No, you can do the fridge without the drawer. It's just kind of cool because it, you know, you can kind of stack them, right? So it's like you have storage and you have this, and like having your kitchen supplies and things in there is kind of conducive to this, and everything's together. You know?
That's definitely in the future.
But yeah, it's whatever. You don't have to put the drawer.
Yeah.
You know, plenty of people will just take a fridge, plug it in, strap it down for that one trip.
Just the fridge.
I think this fridge was like maybe $600 or something like that. It was not too bad.
Yeah.
It was not too bad.
She's
And
thinking
it's
about the food she's gonna.
Functional. Absolutely. But also,
Well, yeah. I mean,
he
that's
loves to go to places where you can't get anything. So if he had it,
You can
I
pack.
could pack his food for
Yeah.
him, and then he'll be better.
absolutely, yeah. If you just, yeah. So there's tons of times even we'll like pre-cook, like make some beef stew and just like put it in a quart container and just throw it in the fridge. And then like
Yeah.
when you get to the campsite, you just heat it up and you're not having to like, I mean, cooking at the campsite's fun, right? It's always fun, but
Heating up is
sometimes
easier.
heating up's easier. And generally a little easier cleanup too.
It looks sick. It's really nice. I am jealous.
You're right up on top of it. Like when you park it and like you come back from dinner and you're walking up on it like parked, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be like, yeah. They always look better from a distance, right, Cliff?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah, the rock sliders are cool. We trimmed the original side step around, so you kind of still have a little. Yeah, in front. That's great. Thank you. All right, cool. So, this is how we operate the winch. Actually, did we close these? Sick. Thanks. So, this is your access point. Once you go in here, Ed, you're gonna feel. You might see it in here. There's like a chrome handle.
Okay.
Right, so it's two positions. One's basically like winch, and one's free spool. Free spool means you're able to pull the rope out and attach it to what you need to, right? So let's see, is this free spool? No, this might be free spool. Yeah, so this is free spool.
Okay.
Right? So basically, the lever's like this. I just turned it this way, and it's basically like putting it in neutral. And now you're able to pull this out, latch onto what you need, right? But now when you need to bring the winch back in, you have to go back in, and you have to lock this back in position, right? Because if it's in free spool, it's just going to spin and it won't get pulled in. So now you can't pull this, but you can receive it. This is your winch controller. There's two ways to work this. One's wireless. That's the easiest way. The wired is the other way. Now, wireless is great, but always check your battery. Sometimes people just leave this in their glove box and they go to use it once a year and it's dead, and then you're like, F-. So always keep your cable with you. But the way it works for wireless is you would hold this button down and you're gonna see the the blue pop on. So that's the wireless mode. So this will start pulling in. Now this is super strong. So when you get to this point, you kind of want to tap and just position it like that. Because if you start jamming on this, it actually can crush your bunker. You know, it will, yeah, it's no joke. It's like a 10,000 pound pull in. It's like no joke. So if you guys have property, you want to pull out like tree stumps and shit, or move your neighbor who blocked your driveway, like you can totally do all that. Yeah, but it's really cool. So you're rocking there, okay? The way that you would run it wired, right next to the handle, there's like a rubber cap. And you open the cap and you can plug this in. It's difficult to get from here, so what we did for you was,
There it is.
So we trimmed out for you so you can go straight down into it, right? So you'll see, it's hard to see, but you see the lever? Like the chrome lever right here?
Yeah, I see that.
Watch, I'll put my hand.
Cap right here.
Okay.
If you pop this cap,
This will plug directly into that.
Okay.
Alright? Yeah. You kind of feel it moving, right? Like maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it just falls to the side.
Yeah, so it's tethered, so you're not going to lose it. Now, if you feel like the male portion that's in there that you just uncovered, you'll feel the keyway is like flat on top and rounded towards the bottom.
And there's no reason I'm not going to get electrocuted.
No, you should be okay. You'll be alright. You won't get electrocuted.
Oh, I see. I feel.
Alright, so that has to plug into this keyway.
Got it.
That's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
You'll be alright. And again, you could always run wireless. Just make sure that you have batteries in this thing and you have the wire just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. So if you have that in there, then, okay, cool. So either way, if you have that in there, you would then connect this, and this portion would be illuminated in red, showing you that it's wired. Once you have this unplugged and you were to hold this button down, that'll show you the blue, which means it's wireless.
Got it.
But definitely shut it off after.
Okay.
That's it, man.
Got it.
All right, now I'll show you the air compressor. This is what I have. The more flate's sick because you're going to be able to do all 4 wheels at once. This is just the basic setup. And believe it or not, whenever you buy these compressors, they don't come with the chuck for some stupid reason. Like, they don't come with the actual piece that you can plug into. So if you buy this alone, it's like 35 or 40 bucks. If you buy it with the hose, it's like 60 bucks. So
Okay.
like ended up, you know, I might as well just get the kit. So that's kind of why I did that. So if you, why I have 2 hoses, so I figured. So those are just extra little, like just little things the kit comes with. If you want to fill up a basketball and shit like that. You're gonna be filling up all your neighbors' tires and shit now. That's what I do on my block. I'm like looking, I'm like, yo, your tire's low. I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, I can help you. Like, oh shit. Fill up, it's cool. Do a good deed. All right. So, there's a little cover on it. It's just a dust boot. All right, so you would take this and you just snap it straight in.
Okay.
All right. The other end, same idea. Pull back, lock it in. Now, the way this works, on is on. There's different like pressure ratings here. You want to be on PSI, right? Like there's probably KPA and bar, but we use PSI, so we in PSI, right? Now, this alone just works because it's gauge your here too, right? So having it hooked up to here, that's how you add the air, but you can read straight up like that. Right, so you can go down to your tire, flip your cap, just kind of, there's a lock on here.
Okay.
So you sleeve it over to lock on the valves. Sleeve it in, 33 pounds.
Got it.
Beautiful, right? Yeah. So you're good to go. You can kind of bleed it from here also.
Okay.
33 solid.
Yeah.
35, some people go up to. Might be a little harsher ride, but you might get a little better gas mileage. If you're on the beach or off-road, 18, 17 is pretty nice.
Yeah. I already got cut out there without
Tearing down or something.
Yeah.
And you like dug into the ground? Really? Really?
a whole bunch of us did. We learned that lesson real fast.
Yeah.
We had our max tracks and shovels and
Nice.
busted in. I had to get the tire changed, so I had to jam the tire leak and stuff.
That's great.
We got out there.
Nice. Well, that's great.
Everything worked.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
You learned, man. Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I got stuck out there. You really should have the motor on for this.
Okay.
So let me show you real quick. Be the wheel keys right with the cup holder. Thank you, bro. Yeah, great point. So these wheels do have a specific lug nut. It's a spline lug.
Alrighty.
They're thinner in diameter, so this way when you install them, you're not like marring the hole in the wheel.
Got it.
This is a thin wall style lug. Kind of works as a key too.
Okay.
So you need these to take off these wheels and, you know, spare.
So I need to find somewhere safe for that.
Yeah, just have them in the cup holder, but I would the glove box or something. And just, you know, just don't move it. And you should be alright.
Okay.
That's all there is to it, dude. Once you throw it on there, you add air, you'll see that number pop up, pull it off, and you're good to go. All right? Now what I would do is before removing this though, shut it down, Bleed the air.
Okay.
Because this is going to be under pressure,
Yep.
and that'll shoot off like
Okay.
a bullet, you know? So, same thing with this. And only shut this down. I think they shut down over time, but
Yeah.
don't kill the battery. The way you change the battery too, this kind of just peels back. And you'll see a little battery door back here.
Okay.
I believe it takes 2 AAA's.
AAA's?
Yeah, so it's a battery you'll have. It's not some weird shit. You just pull down and pull up, right? Sleeve down and then you pop this up. Alright, more flame. This is pretty involved, but basically, same idea. This clips into here. You go to each 4 tire with each one, right? So this will be the 2 front. I almost don't want to take them out because it's hard to get them back inside. No. But the way that these work is, you sleeve this over the stem,
Yep.
and then pull this up. And what that'll do is it'll lock it on the stem. So obviously it has to lock if you're gonna have 4 corners set up, right?
Okay.
And then here, you'll be able to do is you set your PSI,
Okay.
and then you just let it rip. And basically what it should do is it should stop at a certain pressure, but you control it from this. Like this opens and closes the valve, right? So when that's on there, it opens and closes.
Okay.
It's possible that you can set, I think through units, like a preset, you know, PSI, but regardless, when you plug this in and you have it all hooked up, you hit the button, it starts filling the air, and you can just monitor this one number.
Sure.
And you can basically like bleed or cut off. Yeah, so you're fine. So basically when they all get to, when that says 32, 33, that means they're all at that number. And then you just cut it down and then, you know, and that's it, man. Yeah, so pretty solid. And that's on and off. Yeah. Pretty dope, dude. Yeah. And there's a bag for this, so I'll
Okay.
put it back in there for you. Thank you, yeah.
Okay. Super stable.
No, that's super stable. There's nothing, yeah, that's screwed into the back of your car. You're good to go. I mean, which in general, I mean, or like
No,
your
just-
off-road prowess, you know, like.
No. We got plenty more time to.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just saying, like, I would just, you know, I mean, you're so much more capable now. I don't think you're gonna run into that situation that you did on the beach. Like, this is a beach. So you probably go down there and this one, but you'll be all right. Damn, it's fucking late.
What time is it?
It is late. 7:45.
Oh, you know what that means though? Less traffic.
Less traffic.
I'm about to be speeding home.
All right, guys, 7:45. We are here a little past the hour. We are closed up. We were just waiting for our client Ed to pick up his beautiful GX460. Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We always appreciate you checking us out here at the Custom Shop. If you guys ever need anything, cars, trucks, you know where we're at, 3367 11th Street, Custom Shop, New York City. If you love our channel, please subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. We'd really, really appreciate it. Show your friends. We'll be back next week. See you soon. Peace.